Jene kuti apuzile musamukakamiza jene kuti akwatile kompakisa jene zomwe sakufuna akazafuna kukwatila asasowa mamuna ino simufuna samuona jene yali bwana amasa kuti chenda koma ayi apanga zoyipa apanga ndalama asafa ni matenda ino simufuna samuona jene yali bwana amasa kuti chenda koma ayi apanga zoyipa apanga ndalama asafa ni matenda. Gang, quienes girl, spanse grand, killing your rubber, do my thing. Only problem, too many girls. One of them will be the end of his world. Gave it up in exchange for the pearls. Strapped up, could've crashed on the curb. You're the king of the castle, but it's a bit of a struggle, especially if the castle's in the form of a bottle. Broken bottles, cuts are deep. Eskele gumnyama ngatas keep. Umithi sompana watas keep. Pumetwaleni, you losing your grip.
It's sweet, but it could turn bitter. Moment of passion, just think, consider. And while you're at it, your dreams are bigger. A moment of passion to a lifetime of pain. In that moment, what do you gain? Wamuna bagazi ni musha kuvala. Wajavola utwala mumala. Tawi zafika kufuna kubala.
And Maria, to Ruth, and Monica, to Bruce, and Jessica, to the rich and the poor. Gagitami Patanawa, Tam Kachamendoloma. So let's teach our kids about the bodies and rights. Nam Tala and the Queen, cause the woman can twice. Cause the future is bright. Forget about the fast life, cause the future is bright.
We hope, we dream, we live, believing that everything will just be all right. Hello, Africa. Tell me how you're doing. From Cape to Cairo, from Dakar to Mogadishu, thank you for tuning in. We know you could have been anywhere else in the World Wide Web, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that. My name is Tamsanga Sibanze, aka the KrTC of Hip Hop, aka the facilitator, aka the Black Superman. For the next couple of weeks, it will be an honor and a pleasure to spark the talk on safer sex in the time of COVID-19. This platform is for all of us, so we invite you to join in on the conversation, making your voice heard by asking questions, making comments, and telling us stories of what is going on in your part of the region or the continent or even your part of the world on the comment section below. Or you can tweet at UNFPA_SYP and UNFPA_SRO. We do have social welfare and health experts on standby, ready to attend to your comments. But we also encourage that you engage amongst each other on the topic of the day, which is condoms and early unintended pregnancy. Let's put that on the table, chop it up, give us your opinion and your experience about consistency and even availability or access to condoms during the lockdown. Our official hashtags are youth and COVID-19 and hashtag put young people first. In a couple of minutes, we will be having a chat with our guest, African Union Youth Ambassador for Peace, Karabo Mohonyana, and she will be sharing her LOL, life on lockdown, and some of her experiences that young people in her area of influence have been and are going through. But before we get there, since it's Flashback Friday, we're going to take a look back at some of the great and wonderful things that the UNFPA and the Safeguard Young People program have been and continue to do in the young people space. Also, very importantly, ladies and gentlemen, we just like to appreciate you for your patience while we had a little bit of a technical situation this side. We had an unannounced load shedding situation, but we're on top of it. So shout out to Daniel Toro for being on top of his game with that. But for now, let's take a flashback on what the UNFPA has been up to before we take a look forward on what we are yet to do.
Adolescent girl who cannot enjoy her reproductive health and rights, who can't complete her education, who can't find decent work outside the home, cannot really chart her own economic future. And this is why SDG 10 on inequality is so central to the work of UNFPA. This is a conference where we get to talk about sex and sexuality and health and rights. So I made it a point of coming here to be with you so I can learn, so I can share.
Increased attention to the health and well-being of the world's adolescent girls, including their sexual and reproductive health, is necessary condition for success. It's high time to recognize the power of young people, the value they bring onto the decision-making table as full-fledged partners. It's time we recognize that decisions about them cannot be taken without them. What we need is action, both at the ground, at the policy level, going beyond words and promises. It's only then, ladies and gentlemen, that we can ensure that the most fundamental objective of SDGs is met, that no one is left behind.
Well, the theme of adolescence and empowering young people came to fruition because Youth Lab and other partners of UNFPA brought front and center a discussion about how it is that the SDG generation is going to transform the world. So we're very grateful to our partners like the Graça Machel Trust for their ability to really inspire and corral action. The words we're leaving with are action and urgency. And I just want to thank everybody for paying attention to young people and their needs and their self-expression. So more to follow. Very exciting, very exciting.
We're back once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, brothers and sisters. Thank you very much for taking the time out to be with us here this afternoon, where we're going to be talking about condoms and early teen pregnancy, or teen pregnancy as we popularly know it in the streets. And we're just going to be talking about how this has affected, how COVID-19 has affected sexual and reproductive health, especially things like access to condoms. But for now, I just want to go to the comment section. I want to know who is in the building with us here today. Also, when you post, please let us know where you're posting from, because we know we've got people from the Kingdom of Eswatini, South Africa, and all around the world. So please just let us know. Majuba Mdluli says, still dusting the desks. I know that was when we were just getting ready to jump on. Welcome, sir. Rose Konje says, has the event started? Absolutely has. Yeah, can we just go down the comment section, gentlemen, so that I can see who is in the building? Lorato Solomon says, enjoying the party. And Shannon Similali says, lovely. Thank you very much, Mguni. Derek, this is good indeed. Great to see you all. Please don't forget to share. So please, let's just keep this going, because we're about to have a conversation that is about all of us. So boost the post. Do whatever you need to do. Host a watch party. Let's just get as many people as we possibly can around here. Drop it. Let's go to the comment section. Gabsile Kwala Kwala says, I'm here with you from the Kingdom of Eswatini, and we appreciate you. Thank you very much. Over the past few weeks, young people have been experiencing challenges with accessing services like condoms, contraceptives, and lubricants. Here in the Kingdom of Eswatini, I can attest to the fact that it had been an uphill to access sexual and reproductive health services because of the limited movement due to the lockdown. At its peak, for me to move from my house to the clinic, I needed a letter from Umpagati or community leaders stating who I am, where I'm from, and where I am going, and why. So obviously, sexual and reproductive health being such a personal, private, and sensitive issue, it became a challenge for young people to express their health needs to first Umpagati, then the cops at the roadblocks, then finally the health service providers. It certainly played a huge role in a lot of young people making the decision not to reach out for sexual and reproductive health services, even when they needed them the most. To give us an account on what has been and is currently happening in the space of young people in other parts of the region, let us welcome via Zoom all the way from the Republic of South Africa, Karabo Mokhonyana, a Wonder Woman who has committed her career to advancing social justice and socio-economic freedom through groundwork, research, advisory, and high-level project coordination. She has worked with organizations like UNESCO, the British Council, Mandela Institute of Development Studies, and Transparency International in social development work in all youth development spaces. More so, she is a youth advisory panelist for the UNFPA South Africa and an African youth ambassador for peace with the African Union. And wait for it, I'm not done yet. She continues to steer gender equity with SESI Fellowship and Skill Hub. Karabo, hello and welcome to the show. I just need to put my earphones on so I can hear you. I just need to put these headphones on so I can hear you. Let's go. Hi. Oh, I mean, man, you're like, when I went through your profile, I was just like, man, when does this woman get time to do anything else? Because she's just like all about progress, peace, development, health, and welfare of young people. I mean, yeah, you're just going in, man. Where does that even come from? Where does it start? What happened? Oh, so thank you very much for taking on that task and just being the light, especially to young people. But of course, we are in the space of COVID-19, and I just think we're gonna ask professional and personal questions. First question being, who have you been locked downing with, Karabo?
So I've been locked down with my partner, and it's just been great, you know.
Yeah, I mean, let's get real. What were some of the challenges that you guys faced during lockdown that you wouldn't otherwise face under normal circumstances as a couple?
I think the first thing was financials, because, you know, a lot of money comes in when you're on the run, when you're doing the work. So, you know, there was no doing the work, running around, doing things. So a lot of money was a bit on the tight schedule. But equally, in terms of access to, you know, sexual reproductive health rights, you know, services, it's also been difficult because I personally couldn't access, you know, my contraceptive, and equally we couldn't access condoms as well. So it's just been like, you know, no glove, no love.
Of course, that's the spirit, girl. No glove, no love. Just a quick one, Daniel. I'm seeing comments. The other end, people are saying they cannot hear Lerato. I can hear her, but so we're good now. Viewers at home, can you hear her now? Lerato, can you just say something? 1 2 1 2. I mean, yeah. Karabo, sorry. Can you just say something?
Can you guys hear me?
Anybody on the comment section, just give me a thumbs up so that we know. Okay, perfect. Great stuff. As a regional youth activist and student, how have you stayed afloat during this COVID-19 time? Because I know it's been stressful for a lot of people, me included, as an artist, as a professional, you know, as a boyfriend, even as a father to a little girl. It's just been stressful. Can you just tell us a little bit about what's been going on with you, especially in the space of COVID-19, and how you have been coping with it?
So you know, similar to you, I think at the beginning it was very difficult. I was personally in denial that this is going on. And it took me over a month for me to actually accept this and really just be comfortable with it and try and, you know, adapt, because I'm a bit of a workaholic and I like being on the move. So this contained me, you know, it felt like prison, you know, for lack of a better description. So I then just started, you know, adopting healthy habits and, you know, having sort of like a daily routine and adopting a lot of things that just made me happy. So for example, I'll do, you know, indoor exercises and just do more things that, you know, contribute to my mental health, you know, like meditation, but equally just things like journaling and prayer and, you know, just spiritual things on the other side. But equally just doing things that, you know, like guilty pleasures, binge watching series, watching movies, you know, reading books, and just elevating on skills that, you know, I'd like to work on. You know, now I can say that, you know, I'm a mini professional chef because I've been working on that skill. And
right.
And, you know, on the work side, I think I've also just been capping my time when it comes to putting too much effort in schoolwork, because I'm still studying and I don't want to overwork myself in that regard. But I do make sure that I work in chunks and just spread it over time. But equally, I think just keeping me, you know, in terms of being purposeful, I've just been contributing, you know, to the activism space, engaging in webinars relating to relevant topics, you know, like gender-based violence and just the impact of COVID-19 on young people generally. So I've just been, you know, adopting healthy habits and things that just make me happy.
Oh, Karabo, I love that so much. You just talking about how you just been engaging in things that just make you happy. Because I think more than anything in this time and space of COVID-19, we just need to touch base with things of hope and things that just like give us that, that uplift our spirits. On the comment section, guys, if you do have any questions for Karabo, please just post them out there. If you've got any comments as well with what she has said, and then we'll just take it from there. But I think what has been the experience? Maybe even if it's just not your experience, but you know, in your area, what has been the experience with access to sexual and reproductive health services, particularly condoms or contraceptives, during the space of COVID-19?
I think just having engagements with, you know, my peers and just young people, the access has been very, very difficult because, you know, beyond just clinics, you know, a lot of the young people I know get these services from things like universities, you know, other places, and these places have been closed. But equally, we've seen some clinics equally being closed. And I think there's also a heightened fear of, you know, if you go to a clinic or a hospital, that's where the COVID-19 is being dealt with. So obviously, there's a risk of, I do not want to go into these places and then end up contracting, you know, being infected with COVID-19. So the access has been very, very minimal. And we've also been seeing minimal mobile services, of which I think those could be effective, but they have just been non-existent. So the access has been very, very minimal.
All right. And I can definitely agree with that, because I think that's exactly what we have been seeing in the Kingdom of Eswatini as well. You know, that logic that says, if I go to the clinic, chances are that's where it's at. You know, no pun intended to YFM, but this is one of the biggest fears that a lot of people have been having, to say, okay, I'm not going to go there because that's where it's at. But at the same time, I still need these services and the contraceptives. Shannon Simelane says, so guys, sorry to be off track, but this is about advocating young girls on how they should protect themselves, or it's about them cohabitating and being sexually active. This is Africa. Young people should be living with their parents. Okay. What's your take on that? What's your take on that, Karabo?
That young people should what?
Shannon Simelane says, sorry to be off track, but is this about advocating young girls on how they should protect themselves, or it's about cohabitating and being sexually active? This is Africa. Young people should be living with their parents. But I'm saying this is an opinion, and I just want to know what's your take on that.
I think that it's a matter of, you know, making informed decisions about, you know, when it comes to young girls. And it also depends on the age dynamic that we're talking about. You know, if you're talking about you know, somebody who's, you know, a young woman rather, you know, I think they can make informed decisions, and, you know, all the decisions that would be in their best interest and would obviously not impact on any of their ambitions or goals. I think those are good decisions. But in terms of younger ages, I think that, yes, they can equally make informed decisions about, you know, SRHR, but equally, I think that they should, you know, they should be guided as well.
Absolutely. I love that so much, because once again, Shannon Guni, thank you very much for your comment. We are looking at a space whereby this is Africa, yes, but we're also being realistic, because it's this running away from the truth or from the fact on the ground that has caused, you know, spikes in infections and pregnancies and whatever, when we are blind to the truth. The truth is, there is levels of sexual activity on the ground, and this is not perpetuated by us as sexual and reproductive health, you know, ambassadors, but we are just making sure that when people make the informed decision, like Karabo is saying, they are safe and they know exactly what it is that they're getting themselves into. Karabo, just before I let you go, I just want to know, especially because you're an ambassador for so many, you're active in so many different youth spaces. If you just like look into the camera and think of yourself as now the leader of the next generation, and it's that speech just before we go out to war, what would you like to say to young people, particularly young girls, but what would you like to say to young people all over the Southern Africa region, all over Africa watching you right now?
Okay, you put me in a spot, a whole war. Okay. I think I would basically say to young people that, you know, your issues firstly matter, your activities equally matter, and your contributions, your voices matter as well. And it is important to, you know, take ownership of those things and be aware that, you know, they support. You know, a lot of us activists are out here ensuring that, you know, your voices are heard, ensuring that our interests are equally, you know, protected and recognized. But I think precisely during this time, I would basically say that make sure that you're doing things to take care of your mental health, and make sure you're doing things to keep yourself happy, because we don't know how long this is going to go on for, but we want to make sure that during this time, you are okay.
Beautiful. Spoken like the ambassador that you are. We thank you so much, Karabo, for taking this time out to be with us. If anybody would like to follow you on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, what's your handle?
For Twitter, it's at K_Mkhonyana. And then for Instagram, it's at Karabo Mkhonyana. But you can just search Karabo Mkhonyana.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Karabo. Thank you for taking this time out to be with us. We will see you in the future, hopefully, and keep doing the great work that you're doing. Peace, love, and happiness, and stay safe. Siyabonga.
Thank you for having me. Stay safe as well.
Peace out. All right, that was Karabo just giving us her account on what's been going on in her world and how she's been coping with COVID-19. Let's take some comments right now. On the comment section, Lindoguhle Mtupa says, I think we need more places outside of the hospitals and clinics that offer, go back down, that offer these services, because people are genuinely afraid of going into the clinic because of COVID, and also just being personally cautious about creating unnecessary queues, as we feel the sicker people need the clinic more than us going in there for just those products and reasons. And I definitely agree with you, Mama. Let's just keep checking out the comments. Daniel, just keep going. By the way, in the studio, I do have a special guest, just a young surprise. It was just like a young, hey, you know, because I can, let me ask you to be a part of this thing that I'm doing. So come through, you know what I'm saying? But in the meantime, let's just take a little bit more comments. Daniel Toro, take me there. Okay, but it's just a shout out to everybody that's in the room with us right now. Mandla Shongwe, I see you. Kulegane Bapelele Mamba, I see you. And of course, Shannon Similane, thank you very much for the interaction. And Derek, everybody that's in the room right now, we appreciate you very much. So right about now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to bring out a special guest. Special especially to me, because you know, she's the girl that, you know, said yes to dealing with this madness that is me on a daily basis. And she agreed to be my girlfriend. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, brothers and sisters all across the world, put your hands together, show your love. Not too much love. And welcome, Miss Belinda Chester. Ba-ba-ba.
Hi.
Hey girl.
Hi.
How's it going?
I'm good.
Good. Yeah, I mean, you and I, we sanitize, so we good. So you know,
Yeah.
let's the other
Whatever
way,
I
the other
have,
hand,
whatever
the other
I
hand.
have, you have. So.
Yeah. You know, we're out here with secret handshakes and stuff. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is my girlfriend, Miss Belinda Chester. And we just thought that if we're going to be asking people around the world or around the region to share their stories, it's only right that we share our stories. B, how has the lockdown been for you?
Very stressful.
All right.
Yeah, it has been very stressful and challenging.
All right.
Yeah, especially with having to temporarily cohabitate
Okay.
with you, and that's a first-time experience, so it's been very tricky.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's nice when we get to see each other every once in a while, you know what I mean? But now, here we are, in a space whereby it's just the two of us. And first, what we thought was going to be 3 weeks, and then next thing you know, extension.
We were never ready.
We were never ready. I just want to maybe throw you in the deep end and maybe have you tell us a little bit about dealing with the relationship from the stress of our issues as a couple, but now compounded or made extra by the pressure of what's going on outside. Yeah.
That made it extra tough because now we're letting the stress from outside of the relationship to affect the relationship itself, you know. And for me, I'm not going anywhere. I'm in the house all day. I don't see anyone else but you. And
what's wrong with me?
Nothing. It's okay. It's okay. So I'm frustrated. Yeah, it was tough.
Yeah, tough indeed. But I mean, we also got a chance to actually really get to know each other and work through some stuff. We got to read together. We got to meditate together. We got to exercise together. You know what I mean? We just got a lot of things that we got to do. We got to grow and build together as a couple. But now, as somebody who's maybe gone through this experience, what would you say to other young ladies out there, especially people who are in a committed relationship? What would you say has been your biggest LOL or life and love on lockdown lesson?
What can I say? You need to be very patient.
Woof. Oh Lord, have mercy.
Very patient.
I need another batch of patience, Lord.
I don't know. But you need to be very patient, and you need to find a way to learn how to exist in the same space with somebody else who's completely different from you. So yeah, that's what I would say. And I was just thinking earlier on today, I was thinking what would have happened if we had to go on lockdown at my place. Yeah. And at my place, I don't have anything like condoms or anything to protect myself when it comes to sex. And then I was thinking, us as women, we need to get into the habit of equipping ourselves with stuff like condoms at our own places also.
Oh, see why her? You see, now you get why her. But fortunately, you know, we made this choice to be at my place. At my place, you know, hey, I stay strapped all day, every day. They just be popping up from under pillows, behind the couch.
Literally everywhere. Everywhere.
And it's because of my involvement with the UNFPA, and you know, we attended the World Condom Day as well, where they gave us just like more condoms and stuff. But otherwise, it has definitely been an interesting, tough, but doable process, having been in the space with my girlfriend. So ladies and gentlemen, that's Miss Belinda Chester. We will take a quick poetry break, and we'll be right back with more of your comments and just a little bit more on this here E-Party, proudly brought to you by Safeguard Young People. The con in control and consent, to convince unconditionally that you are a God sent. The con in concern when the feeling is mutual. The con to consider masingenaguma conjugal. The con in the concrete connection that you find between two people that care about each other. The con that needs to be present in the pocket of the brother who's got this one, that one, and the other. You see, you need this con to get into a concubine. It's the con in concurrent that calls for consistence to cross out the consequence. This con is deserving of stardom. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the con in condom. He said, I feel safe when I'm inside you. She said, Aksiyim ngule dom, ngule Femi dom that gave them both peace of mind and absolute freedom to explore the pleasures of their queen and kingdom. She is so into him and he is so into her. No side bays, they are both main. Love, adoration, and respect their domain. These two are fully in control, yet they only let one thing dominate. Latex is a constant feature whenever they copulate. They both agree that it is better to wear latex because they don't want that late text, that I think I am late text. Her and him, them, us, you and me and you, NFPA, have made the commitment to safeguard young people. Right, welcome back, guys. Thank you very much once again for tuning in to this here E-Party. E is for information. Yeah, we're just like, you know, that's how we are doing it. I don't know how you spell it. That's how we spell it. E for information. Information party. I see on the comment section, it's going a bit buck wild. Mandla says, are you seeing Lom Rapper? Lindogutle says, you guys are blushing. No, not me. Maybe her. I'm tough. I do my push-ups. You know, I'm kidding. Of course, when she's around, you know, she just allows me to be as emotional and as tough as I can be, you know, striking a balance. Linda Gutler says, how have you guys survived this lockdown as a couple? What fun activities have you guys incorporated into your relationship to keep the fire burning and not killing each other? Yeah, so we definitely did allow each other space and time to just sort of like, you know, today is her day, today is my day, today is our day, just in terms of the activities that are going on inside the house. We were working out from the house. We posted videos of that. And it so happened that our birthday, we were both born on the 25th of April. So we share a birthday. And we just decided to have just like a picnic just outside the house, just outside on the lawn, you know, type thing. And it's just basically been a whole lot of back and forth around that. Even when it comes to television, today we're watching what she wants to watch, tomorrow we're watching what I want to watch, and we've just like sort of just like kept that balance going. But yeah, it hasn't been easy, but it's been beautiful to experience. How has limited access to contraceptives affected you guys as a couple to avoid unintended pregnancies? Thank you very much, Lerato, for that question. Like Belinda said, we were at my spot, and fortunately for me, working very closely with the UNFPA country office, with World Vision and with PSI and them, I usually find myself in a space where there's condoms available all the time. So I usually just like, you know, just stock up. So I got stash for days, homegirl. I got stash for days. So I'm good. Shannon says, okay, now I see the whole point of this conversation. UNFPA, we are here for healthy relationships. Thanks for sharing, KrTC. That's exactly what we do out here. Linda Gutler says, true there, Belinda. We as women need to always make sure we always carry condoms and try to remove the stigma against the notion that women who carry condoms are some type of way. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. You cannot put a label on someone who puts safety first. So sisters out there, make sure that you stay strapped. And it's not about you wanting it. It's not about you being anything that the society might want to call you. It's just about you being safe all the time. Shannon Similane, thank you very much. We appreciate you. Majuba Mdluli says, as much as the pandemic has hit us all hard and unnoticed, I have seen positivity in Lutze. Some of the youth was always in alcohol, has turned to doing things that benefit them. Like I've seen them selling vegetables. And when I asked them, they said, Senzo, we have to live and we can't rely on parents because they no more go to work and we have to stand and do what we can to be alive, which shows that the most attention has to be given to parents to teach their children's life and not giving up easily on us. Absolutely. Life skills right now are your best friend. And if you are in a space just like Karabo, someone who can actually, uplift young people. This is exactly what we need. Natalie, I see you. Thank you very much for the comment. You are amazing for joining us this evening. Luckmore Benson says, pre-COVID-19 meeting sexual and reproductive health rights needs, including commodities such as condoms, menstrual health management materials, contraceptives, etc. for young people in rural and remote was already a challenge. True, COVID-19 made it worse, and there is high probability that teenage pregnancy rate, STI incidents, HIV incidents will rise. It also seems as if few parents are recognizing that as many implementers in my country, Zimbabwe, prefer urban areas more than this remote areas. To end the social vices, we need to leave no behind. Bruh, Luckmore, I think you need to be on this side of the screen, because that right there what we are here for. Man, this has been a fun-filled and information-packed time together, but we will have to park it here for now to give us a chance to reflect on what has been said and done, and yet still needs to be said and done. Thank you to the UNFPA Safeguard Young People Regional Support Team for putting all these together. Daniel Toro for the live stream, and thanks to you for tuning in and sharing your thoughts with us. We will be back again same time on the Safeguard Young People Facebook and KrTC of Hip Hop YouTube pages next week, where we'll be talking about gender-based violence. From me, the KrTC of Hip Hop, it's peace, love, and happiness. Stay safe, and remember, when you know that you're about to get it on and the clothes are so hard to keep on, wrap it up. One love.
It's a private party. You're not invited here. It's a private party. It's a private party. You're not invited here. It's a private party. Knock, knock, let me in. I want in, gotta get in.
But who's there?
I'm chlamydia. I like to live in your private interior. I'm an STI, a bacteria, and I came with my friends gonorrhea, syphilis, herpes, trichomona. We like to party till you feel us. You gon' feel us. We gon' itch as well, but with bouncer won't go well. We don't like him. He's a killjoy. We like girls and boys without knowledge. We can easily infect them if they do not use protection and do not get this message. Then we have the right passage. It's a private party. You're not invited here. It's a private party. It's a private party. You're not invited here. It's a private party. They came running to get some. I said, get out of here. I am the robber man, not afraid of anything. People wanna have fun. No gonorrhea, no chlamydia, no unintended pregnancies. Plus you got violent tendencies. Last time you were here, caused confusion and fear. The good doctor got you cleared. Cross consanity. But no, not this time. Get out of here. It's a private party. You're not invited here. It's a private party.
red, blue pill, like we in a matrix. Back to the basics. When it comes to the basics, only right I use the latex. Rubber suit, superhero, I'm about to save the world. Latex with a rubber suit, yeah, she got it. She my favorite girl, I'ma protect her from the dangerous. Burn in the oven or the cancerous. But in case one of them sneak in, don't trip, don't be freaking. You admit it, you can treat it. You admit it, you can treat it. You can treat it. Stay away from the traditional.